In this example, you are asked to find S, which is 1 over 1 times 2, 1 over 2 times 3, 1 over 3 times 4, until 1 over 100 times 101. First, we do some rewriting. We observe that 1 is just 2 minus 1. And if you write 1 as 2 minus 1, of course you can split it into two fractions. 2 over 1 times 2 minus 1 over 1 times 2. So we can split it into two fractions. The first fraction, 2 and 2 cancel. So it gives you 1 over 1. The second fraction is 1 over 2. 1 times 2 is 2. So that means 1 over 1 times 2, you can just split it into two terms, 1 over 1 minus half. Then the second fraction, 1 over 2 times 3. You do the same thing. You observe that 1 is actually 3 minus 2, right? 3 minus 2 gives you back 1. Then after that, you can split it into two fractions. The first fraction, 3 and 3 cancel, so you left with 1 over 2. So it gives you half. Then the second fraction, 2 and 2 cancel, give you 1/3. You can do the same thing for the third fraction, 1 over 3 times 4. 1 you write as 4 minus 3. And then you can split it into two fractions. The first fraction, 4 cancel, give you 1/3. The second fraction, 3 cancel, give you 1/4. Continue in this way, you observe that for the second last fraction, 1 over 99 times 100, you write 1 as 100 minus 99. And then you split it into two fractions. 100 cancel, give you 1 over 99. Then 99 cancel, give you 1 over 100. And same thing for the last one, you split it, then it give you 100, 1 over 100 minus 1 over 101. You are going to sum them. Remember, you are summing them. And by observing this, you write it into difference of two fractions. And then you'll find that it fit into what we consider here. You're going to sum difference of two terms, AR minus AR plus 1. Okay. So you'll find that you split it in this way, then it's difference of two terms, and you're going to add. If you add, you realize that minus half and half cancel. You cancel this way. You're going to add all this. It means you're going to add all this. If you add, minus half and half cancel, minus 1/3 and 1/3 cancel, minus 1/4 and 1/4 cancel. So it's going to cancel this way. So which means 1 over 99 cancel with the previous one. 1 over 100 and minus 1 over 100 cancel. So what is left would be just this part. So it's just this part. 1 over 1 and minus 1 over 101. So that's why the sum is just 1 over 1 minus 1 over 100, which gives you 100 over 101. So you'll find that by making this observation, you can write each fraction, each term here you want to sum into difference of two terms, and then they cancel out nicely when you add, and you're only left with the first term and the last term.